Greetings, Alan Matthews here from Classical Guitar Shed. Let's talk key signatures. Key signatures happen in pieces of music and they tell us what our pool of notes that we will draw from within the piece are. And so it can look like a bunch of gobbledygook, but instead there is actually quite a logic to it. And in just a couple of moments, you will understand this logic as well. If you enjoy this, please subscribe to this channel. So what a key signature does is it tells us which notes are used in a particular song. It tells us what are the notes of a particular scale, and then the notes will mostly come from that scale. So to demonstrate, let's look at a C minor. So here we have a piece of music in C minor, and that has an E flat, an A flat, and a B flat in it. Instead of writing this for every single time an E shows up, you have to write the little flat sign next to it. Instead, we can just move them all to the very front of the line, and then that just tells us all the E's are flat, all the A's are flat, all the B's are flat. And so same thing with the key of D flat major. We don't play in D flat major very often on the guitar, but when we do, these are the flats. There are 5 flats, B, E, A, D, and G. And that is how we're just going to move them all so that we don't have tons of flats littered throughout every single measure of the music. Otherwise, it would be really messy. So there is a very easy way to know which key that you are playing in. And if it's a flat, and we'll talk about sharps in a second, but if it's a flat key, then you can just go to the second flat back. So if you go all the way to the right, here we have our G. The next one back is the D. That is going to be the key of the piece, is the second flat back. If there was only 4 of these, then the second flat back would be the A flat. If you'll notice, there is an order to the flats. They always show up in the same order. And this is B, E, A, D, G, C, F. So bead, the word bead, really easy to remember. And luckily, on the guitar, you'll rarely see pieces written with more than 4 flats. And if you do, then you'll probably avoid it anyway, but there might be a section or something of a piece that has more than that. But bead and then G, C, F. And you can just remember the word bead plus G, C, F, or you can remember some sort of mnemonic device such as battle ends and down goes Charles's father. Got this one from musictheory.net, who is also supplying these beautiful slides. Thank you. And you can remember that best you can, but bead, GCF, is the number of flats. And if you just move back 1 to the second one back, you have the name of your key. Now we also have sharps. And with sharps, let's take the key of A major, which has 3 sharps. Sharps are more common on the guitar than flats are. Flats are more common in woodwind instruments and horns and things like that. But sharps, we like sharps on the guitar because it fits well, and the key of A is one such key. So here we have C, F, and G, which then we can just move to the very front of the line. We also can look at the key of E, a very common guitar scale, and it has 4 sharps, which move to the front. Now the order of sharps is going to be the exact opposite as the order of the flats. And so what that means is that if you can memorize bead, G, C, F, then you can just, if you can flip it in your mind, F, C, G, D, A, E, B, and if you just say that 500,000 times, then you'll just have it memorized. F, C, G, D, A, E, B. You can also remember it as some sort of mnemonic, such as Father Charles goes down and ends battle. Now, for the big tip, to figure out which key you are in with sharps, what you can do is go to the very last one, that meaning the one on the very far right. Here it's a B sharp, and then you would just go up 1 half step. And so that's the leading tone. The last sharp is the leading tone, which means it's just 1 note down. So this is B sharp, and it would be just 1 fret up, or 1 half step up, which is C sharp. So here the B is going to be in C sharp. The B sharp plays to C sharp. Likewise, if we are in the key of E, then if we just notice that here we have our last one is a D sharp, well then that means that we can just take the D sharp, go up 1/2 step, and we have an E. And so that way we can see the E. So with flats, you go to the second flat back. With sharps, you just go to the very last sharp and go up 1/2 step. And that's the quick way to see which key you are in so that you don't just have to memorize all 12 keys. So now, so that you just don't forget all of this, I recommend you go find some music. You can just go online and just type in sheet music and look at a bunch and figure out the key for a bunch of different ones. Take 5 minutes and do it just so that you have the practice right now. And I recommend doing that just so that you can really lock it in there, figure out your keys, and these are key signatures. Nice work, way to stick in there. If you've enjoyed this, please do subscribe to this channel. I'd love to see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.